Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Max and Ben Talk Hockey. And today, Max and I interviewed forward Nick Abruzzese, who currently plays at Harvard University and was drafted in the fourth round by the Toronto Maple Leafs in 2019. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
Okay, so my first question is, growing up in Slate Hill, New York, and playing for the North Jersey Avalanche, what skills did you learn, and how do you still use them today?
Yeah, that was a lot I learned playing at the Avalanche. Some really good coaches and some really important skills I learned. I think just the biggest thing is just like becoming better with the puck, working on a lot of like different stick handling and playmaking stuff there. We always would do skills practices Tuesday nights that encourage that kind of stuff, and it was definitely the beginning of my ability, and I think one of the things I'm good at of handling the puck and making plays. We did a lot of drills of like just some different shooting and weight shifting and things like that. And I think that was the place where I started to really develop those skills.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know about Max, but like whenever I play against the Avalanche, like as a goalie, the first thing I notice is just like how good they are with the puck
Yeah.
and like how they play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just also like how they coach because they're coaching. It's like they're even in B, like I played B like 2 seasons ago. And like their coaches, like they're not the kids' fathers. They're just like outside guys who actually know what they're doing. So
Yeah.
yeah, so they're like really serious.
Yeah. No, they have a lot of good coaches there.
Yeah. What was it? What did you feel being drafted by such a historic team like the Toronto Maple Leafs?
That was really cool. Obviously, just to get drafted in the first place was something I'm really proud of, and was something I never really thought may happen. And then to obviously have an original six team like Toronto, who they have such a rich history and such a proud organization with a lot of great culture, was really cool. And I'm really happy to be a part of the organization. And something I take a lot of pride in. Obviously, I see you're wearing the Bruins hat, so maybe a bit of an arch nemesis of yours. But yeah, it was really cool. And like I said, a lot of rich history with them, so it's pretty cool to be a part of that.
Ben's a pretty Ben's a Leafs fan, so.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, the Leafs are my second favorite team. I'm a Rangers fan.
Okay, that's nice. That's I was a Rangers fan growing up. Now also a Leafs fan as well. So
yeah,
we have that.
that's
We
cool.
have that in common. And I'm assuming you're a Bruins fan, Max.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so definitely not a Leafs fan.
I do like Anderson though. I'll give you that.
You like Anderson?
Yeah.
That's what you said? Yeah. Yeah, he's a good goalie.
Yeah. And being an overager in the 2019 draft, being 19 years old, how do you help convince Kyle Dubas to draft you?
I don't know if there was any dialogue that led to convincing. I just think that I had a really good year. I made a lot of strides in my game previous years, and I think that they took notice of that, and it was really rewarding to have a team kind of put some faith in you. Being a double overager, like you said, not a lot of guys are drafted at that age, and I think that, like I said, I think it was my play kind of spoke for itself that year, and provided some doors to be opened in the draft. And I was lucky that Toronto stepped up and took me, because I definitely don't think it was guaranteed by any measure. And I'm really thankful that that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, like Toronto's they're like such a good team now. So like it must be pretty nice that you're drafted by them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and they have a lot of youth in their system right now. Like, and
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they have a lot of good young skilled forwards on the team and in the organization as well. I think they do a
Yeah,
really good job of developing that type of player.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What went behind the decision to play college hockey instead of working on your like non college career?
I think to start, education has always been really important in my family. So I think just going to college and working towards a degree is something that's really important in my family. And then I guess the flip side is um, twofold in that one. Obviously I grew up a big hockey fan, and I grew up a big fan of college hockey. And to have that opportunity to play there was something I really play at that level was something I couldn't pass up. And the major junior route that you see a lot of other highly touted guys taking was just never something that was really an option to me. And had it been, I still don't know that I would have taken it. I just think that going to school, getting a degree is really important. And like I said, I think college hockey is a ton of fun. I've enjoyed my time there. I wish we were there right now. Unfortunately, we're not. But I think it's something that I think is it's a really unique experience being able to have the academics, and the athletics, and then also just being in college is a ton of fun, and it's something that I think is really hard to turn down.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of strange because Max and I, we had our seasons for like a few
Yeah.
games. I
Hmm.
had like a 9-game schedule, and then they paused until January 2nd,
Yeah.
which like really sucks for us. Um, yeah. And do you believe that being undersized helped you get drafted by the Leafs? Like, and when you look at Kyle Dubas, like, and who he's picked, for example, like Mitch Marner, and Nick Robertson, they're all like small, light, but extremely skilled forwards. So do you believe that that had a little bit of a factor?
Um, I guess so. I think that just the way that I play the game, and obviously being undersized, I think kind of, you can't really be a small guy who's just stays in the perimeter and doesn't really make much of an impact on the ice. So I just think that that's kind of what I try to focus on, is going out and making an impact every shift that I have, in whatever capacity that may be. And like I said before, they've done a really good job of drafting and developing guys who some organizations might not see a lot of potential in. I think that there's definitely a lot of scouts and people in hockey who believe that and strength is a really important measure. And I definitely think to some degree that's true, but I also feel that there's a place in the game for guys who maybe don't have as much size or strength, but they can skate and make plays and play the game maybe a little different style. And I think that their organization definitely does um, put a lot of emphasis on that, the ability to make plays and play with the puck, which is some things that I've tried to work on, and think that those are areas of my game I'm pretty good at. And I think that being undersized and kind of being that way my whole life has kind of allowed me to work on those things. And that's I've never really had the been blessed with great size, or so I've had to work on those things, like I said. And I think that, like I said, I think you're starting to see more and more now guys who are not as big, but they can make plays in the league. I'm hoping that in the future I can be one of those guys.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like being being a bit shorter than a bunch of players like doesn't mean anything. Just like it's what you do with what
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you consider your greatest strength that separates you from other forwards?
I think that probably my ability to think the game, I think, is something that I take a lot of pride in, and something I continue to try and work on. I think that hockey sense is is arguably the most important thing you can have as a player. If you can think the game at a high level, then there's a lot of other skills that maybe you are not as polished in, but you can make up for with good hockey sense. And I've always, tried to be a player who's cerebral, who thinks the game really well, who uses his brain around the ice to make plays. And I think that's overall, I think that encompasses a lot of other areas, but I think that overall is something I'm pretty good at and still continuing to try and work on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely like hockey IQ is one of the biggest things that any hockey forward or defenseman at least like needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And what are you majoring in at Harvard? And did hockey have any influence in making that decision?
That's a good question. So I'm majoring in psychology, and I'm not going to lie and say that I think that like studying the brain and how people think and like what motivates them to, I guess, kind of be the way they are, I think is just partially driven out of curiosity and partially just driven out of trying to improve myself. And there's so many different areas of psychology that go into just life in general, and then hockey specifically, of trying to, pick up things in ways that, I don't think a lot of people put much stock in. And that is, I think a lot of people focus on physical skills and tools and not enough on their mental aspect of the game. And I think that, again, I think it's once again twofold of I'm curious about psychology and, but also just trying to improve that aspect of my game as well. And I think that that's something I can do, and it's not even in a hockey setting, and can hopefully help me continue to get better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually really cool. Just like because you're driven out of curiosity to see like what people think when they're on the ice, and just like what you can do. Because like especially with the mental aspect as a goalie, the mental aspect is like the hardest part and it's the most important.
Yeah,
because like you can do everything the correct way, but just like if you're having a bad day with your mind, or if like something's troubling you, you're not gonna have a good game, even if you're like physically prepared. Like it could be as like for me, like I stretch out a lot, but like I could be as stretched out as I want. But like if I'm having a good day, then I'll have a really good game. And if I don't, then I'm not gonna have a good game. Might let a couple goals in.
Yeah, I think that's true for goalies and players and really just anyone generally in life. I think that your attitude and your mindset is just as important, if not more important, than like you said, the physical tools of stretching or being technically sound. If you're not in the right headspace, then all of that stuff really does not matter at all. It's again kind of what I'm driven towards and what I like about it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one.
So far in your hockey career, what would you say has been your most memorable game?
Most memorable game. Are we talking like just a team win or just an individual performance?
Either, like a game that like really sticks out in your mind.
So I think I guess it was. I'll give you two answers. When I played in Chicago my second year, we won. We went to the finals and lost, but in the Eastern Conference Finals, our game 4, which we could have clinched and won, went into overtime and we won it. And it was a really cool feeling. We were at home and beat a team that we kind of struggled against all year in Muskegon, and that was a really cool win. That was an emotional win. It was a bit of a rivalry, and to win it in overtime the way we did was really cool. And then in midgets, we won called the Tier 1 Elite League in our first year in the league, and we went to the final tournament of the league, and we only had about, I think, 10 or 11 skaters that were healthy. We played the final game for the championship, I think, with I want to say like 7 forwards and 3 defensemen, and one of the defensemen wasn't even a defenseman; he was a forward playing forward. But we found a way to win, and it was really cool, like a really cool team win to see everyone come together and see guys laying out, selling out to win. It was a really cool win, and something that I'll remember forever, because like I said, there's a lot of adversity that we faced over the course of that tournament, and to be able to win was pretty cool.
Was that with the
Yeah.
Avalanche?
That was
That's
the
really cool.
Avalanche.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Wow. That's like super cool. Like I know my team always has like 12 forwards and like 5D, but
Yeah.
7 forwards and what do you say, like 4D or something like that? Like that's
7 forwards and 3D. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's like you're being double shifted every single time if you're a defender.
Yeah.
Were they injured or?
Yeah.
We're having the
Wow.
same problem with our team.
Yeah. We had a lot of injuries. And I think we had a couple guys that actually got injured at the tournament too. So yeah, we were playing really shorthanded.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens. It's just injuries happen over the course of a whole season. Like I'm in physical therapy for my back. Like I'm out for a month. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm not really like, it's mostly I'm out for my second sport, which is crew or rowing.
Okay.
I can still play hockey, but I'm gonna take it easy for like at least 2 weeks. Yeah. And what are your plans for hockey in the coming years? For example, are you going to stick at Harvard, or are you going to drop out early to go play pro?
So it's obviously it's tough right now not having a season. My plan right now is to stay in school and go back for my junior season. Hopefully by then, obviously, not only will we have a season, but also hopefully, things will just be better in general. Hopefully we'll have a vaccine out and we can get life back to normal. Just in general, not even, the things that are going on in the hockey world, just the real world. But my plan is to go back and play my junior season. And, if I play well and feel I'm ready to move on to the next level of, professional hockey, then that's certainly something I would explore. And if not, then go back for my senior season and play there. I'm just trying to take it kind of patiently, one step at a time. And obviously right now is definitely throwing a bit of a monkey wrench in not having an entire season, which is the way it's going to go. But just trying to stay patient and trust myself and my work, and kind of just let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, just based on what's going to happen with this pandemic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm again. I hope we're turning a corner. Obviously, I know cases are continuing to spike. Hopefully, I know vaccines coming soon, and I imagine that by summertime things will hopefully be back to pretty normal. And we'll have a season next year. Obviously, if we don't have a season next year, is devastating this year. I couldn't imagine what that would be like, but I don't think we'll get to that point.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So I've seen you use a couple different numbers, like 6. Is there any special meaning behind any of your numbers that you choose, or?
So 6. That was Chicago. That was partially just a random number, but it also has a little bit of significance because I have 6 members of my family. So that was part of it. And then at Harvard, 16 was completely random. I think I tried to get like 2 or 3 different numbers, but they were taken by other freshmen coming in. So I ended up with 16. No significance or importance to me. It doesn't mean anything, but obviously I had a good year, so I'm happy with it. Maybe sticking with it. But yeah, there isn't really too much of a reason behind that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been 30 all my life, just because of Henrik Lundqvist.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah, just being a Rangers fan. Yeah, Max always wore 40, just because of Rask.
I was a 99 for the first year of my life. For the first
Oh
year.
yeah, you
That's
were.
Thought it was
number to,
Gretzky.
yeah, tough number to wear now. Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I used to see whenever I was in Mike's that like everyone wore or like there's at least one person who wore
Yeah.
99 on every team.
Yeah.
And now it's like you get ripped on if you.
Yeah, it's very frowned upon. That number is, I think that number is, it's fully retired in the NHL. No one can wear it. I think all in hockey. I think no one should be wearing it. So
Yeah, someone on the Islanders. Yeah, someone on the Islanders got heat for wearing 66 Lemieux's number in his rookie season.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think yeah, yep. I think I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Josh Hosang.
yeah, Hosang. Yep. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of it's hockey's a tight knit community, and there's a little bit of unwritten rules when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and what advice do you have to someone trying to follow the same career path as you?
I think probably the biggest thing, and I think this was something that applied to me, is everyone has a different path. No person's path is the same as the next person, as the person after them, and I think just focusing on the things that you can control and the path that you're on, I think is probably the biggest thing. Like I said, a lot of the things that have happened to me, they've come a lot later than maybe they've gone to other guys, and it's tough when you see peers of yours at younger ages, getting accolades that you want, but they're just not happening for you. I think that just putting your head down and focusing on what you can control, and your attitude and your passion for the game, and just trying to get better, I think is the biggest and most important thing that you can do, and is what I would tell anyone. And I think that that's kind of just was my mindset growing up, was that I was just going to do whatever I could do to control that, and there was no outside force that really was A, going to stop me, or B, was going to help me. It was it was all on me. And I think if you just do the work and you're patient and focus on the things you can control, good things will come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people like there's like always one winner in like everything.
Yeah.
So like if you don't win, just you keep on trying. You don't just like dwell on it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think, like I said, just focusing on everything, things you can control. There's a lot of things that are outside of your control, and I think if you spend too much time focusing on that, you're letting good time that you can be using to develop go to waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
My last question is: do you have a celebration you like to do after you score, or are you kind of modest?
Not. I don't really have any specific celebration that I do. I'm not really. I wouldn't say I'm not a huge fan, because I definitely think there's times when you're excited and you just kind of you want to show that emotion. I think it's definitely good to play with that emotion, but I'm not really big on any kind of flashy things. Sorry, I don't know if that was if you're looking for something
No.
a
Yeah.
bit more creative, but
Yeah, a couple kids on my team are like that. They just like high five each other, but a bunch of the good players, they have all their celebrations that they line
yeah,
up.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know if I have like a a signature thing that I do specifically. Obviously, there's certain guys that do. I just think it, really excited, really passionate, is good. And
Yeah.
I had a couple big saves this year. I celebrated all of them. I think the other team gets scared a little bit when I started screaming.
Yeah, I definitely think that showing emotion is awesome, and there's different ways of doing that. I think there's some people who do it in a bit of an artificial and phony kind of way. But yeah, I love when guys just show raw emotion um, and are just it's just their natural instinctual reaction to the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that happens to me, especially like also when I make a big save. Like one time the ref asked if I was okay. I told him, yeah, I made the save, so why
Yeah,
wouldn't I be okay?
exactly. You did exactly what you wanted to do. So great.
Yeah. So my last question is: you played with Sean Farrell for one season while you were with the Steel. What was it like playing with him? Because we've just interviewed him and we got to know him a little bit.
So I actually didn't play with Sean at the Steel. He came last year, which was my first year going to school.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
but I've seen him play a lot. I'm excited to get on the ice with him and hopefully have an opportunity to play with him next year. He's a terrific player. I think he's a very similar player to myself. Smaller guy, but he thinks the game really well. He's got tremendous offensive instincts. I think he's going to be a great player for a lot of years, and obviously had a great year in Chicago last year and is back there this year doing really well. And I'm excited to, obviously for myself, hopefully getting on the ice and have an opportunity to play with him, but just as a team perspective as well. I think we're really excited to have him. He's going to be a huge part of the team, and I think he's going to be counted on right away to be one of the go-to guys, and I think he's going to thrive. And I'm really excited to see what he can do with that situation and that opportunity.
Yeah. The weird thing is, you guys were drafted as rival teams. He was drafted by the Habs.
Yep. Yeah, he was drafted. Both arch nemesis of the Bruins. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
not yeah.
And believe it or not, Max is a Canadians fan.
He was? What happened?
My mom was a Canadians fan, and I was just that type of person that would switch just to have some action in the house when it's game time. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was my last question, Max. Do you have any more?
No, I did not mind yet.
Yeah. All right. So thanks, Nick. It was really nice to get to know you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Fun. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, it was super fun, and maybe we could hear back from you soon, in maybe a few weeks, or when Harvard hockey decides to resume.
Yeah, just let me know. Hopefully next time we talk, I've got some more interesting things going on with hockey. Maybe we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So thank you again, and have a night, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
See you guys.
Yeah.
See you.